Hi, and welcome to another exciting edition of Scarlet Betch. I'm Jason.
And I'm Anthony.
So you may be wondering why I'm wearing this hood, and for those of you who are totally not getting geek points, this is a mud kit. I heard you like them. So
I like them.
This is a shameless plug, but I'm totally selling these on Etsy because they're homemade mud kit hoods. This one's screwed up, so I'm not going to sell you this one, but the other ones are awesome. And they're really fun, and they're made of fleece, and they're really warm. And so if you're in a cold place right now, like maybe Canada or something, or Siberia, buy them! But if not, you can save them for later, or your next con. So, yeah. Yay!
Exactly. And people will like Mudkip.
Totally. But yeah, so we are going to be talking a lot today about X-Men. I feel like the pattern of X books is going to be so that we have to lay aside a point in time just to talk about everything that's going on with our mutants, which is odd because there's not supposed to be that many of them anymore, and they're just all these books about them. So.
Well, to be fair, there's all these books about Magneto, Namor, Emma, and Scott.
Yeah, true.
And Wolverine.
Yeah. Wolverine's in everything.
He was always in everything, so it's not new.
Exactly. But yeah, so this week we get the new Daken, Dark Wolverine versus X-23. I didn't read the X-23 crossover where they started the fight, so I'm a little behind. So maybe you can fill me in, because I haven't been reading. Oh no. Okay.
Me either. That's the thing. I read the Marjorie Liu books and I'm like, this is amazing. And then I'm like, am I gonna buy X-23? And I'm like, I'll just stick with Daken. And I mean, I guess technically he's in the other book, so I should get it. Because I want to read about it.
Speaking of Marjorie Liu, did you see like the big Twitter fight that she and Gail Simone got into? Like, I wasn't sure if they were being like funny or if they were actually being just like really mean to each other. Because at first,
I think they should follow her.
Oh, I don't either. But Gail Simone, I think Saranga Comics, which is everyone should follow Saranga because they're great. They're in the UK and they're feminist comic book people and they're awesome. But yeah, so like, because I was following because Saranga kept on retweeting their tweets, and so like Gail Simone tweeted something really nice about Marjorie. I guess there's a rumor that Marjorie might be coming to DC, or maybe she's already working for DC. But like Gail Simone was like, Marjorie should write for DC because she'd write an awesome I don't know, Catwoman or something else. But keep your hands off Catman, because he's mine. And then Marjorie was like, "Oh, thanks, Gail Simone, for being so sweet. You're so awesome." And then at some point, it turned like horribly wrong, and Gail Simone was like, because I think Marjorie is writing like an Elektra book right now or something like that, and suddenly they got in this big fight on who was Marjorie's writing a Black Widow book, and then so Gail Simone got in a fight with Marjorie about like which. Whether Huntress or
yes, that's what I thought.
Huntress was better than like Black Widow. No, Black Canary was better than Black Widow. Oh, no, yeah. And they're like, and suddenly it's a big diva fight, and then suddenly they got really mean and catty, and I'm like, what's going on?
Was it like personal? Like
yeah, it was. I couldn't tell. Maybe I'm just being really oversensitive, but I was like, guys, don't fight. Yeah. So that was really beside the point, but Marjorie Liu Daken.
Don't fight unless it's to entertain us, in which case please fight in Jello.
This isn't a Bravo show, and it's not the Real Housewives of comic books.
Please make that! Andy Cohen, who is the guy who does all the Bravo stuff?
Andy Cohen.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, Andy Cohen. Get him on the phone.
Great. But yeah, so what did you think of Daken?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. I'm just surprised with how like beat up and bloody like Daken could get, because he got really like he got the shit blown out of him literally, Yeah,
no, I love the plotting that Marjorie does. I don't see it coming. Yes, she's excellent at that because villains, especially shifty ones like Daken are all about the double cross, and yeah, I think that she definitely pulled that off this issue. It was excellent, and I loved all the. What I love about her writing Daken that I hope continues after she goes is how he is constantly flirting with everything.
Yeah, no, I thought the interaction between him and Gambit was so yummy. It was awesome. Yeah, so much fodder for the fangirls out there. It was way to go.
And how easily his father issues transferred to X-23. It was just you have his eyes, and I have problems with that.
Yeah. But what I didn't like was that I know that Laura was X-23 was raised to be an assassin. But I
love that. I love that.
But yeah, so there was this whole thing where she was just trying to be more human, and now she's kind of rehabilitated, but she's just so fucking scary in this book. And
oh god, it was the worst. Oh, I still have goose pimples thinking about it. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
that's what I love. Because she's trying to retain that or attain that humanity. But I do think that she is the female version of Wolverine, and Wolverine also, depending on who is writing him and the situation, he will be this heartless killer, or he'll be the moral conscience of the team. And I like that she has both of those in her character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, did you want to move on and talk about Uncanny?
Sure. I want to talk about the .1 issue, because I got the issue that came out this week, and it was fine. Yay! We figured out all that kitty suit, bubble head stuff. It's very complicated. Evidently, it means she can touch things, and she can take it off, but it doesn't fall off. But she can... I don't know. And...
all I'm saying is that she can still give hand jobs.
Right? Exactly. I was like, do we remember X-Force, when it had Sensitive Guy and stuff, and how he had a special sex suit? I'm don't they make they should make a special sex suit for kitties, basically a special condom.
Yeah,
suit.
I also like how Rogue never figured out the idea of using a condom. She could totally have sex. It was fine. Angst over. Done. We're good.
Definitely. I think Rogue probably just likes skin on skin. She's nasty. But the .1 issue was awesome. It was all about Magneto. It was about kind of redeeming Magneto in terms of the PR in the Marvel Universe. And so basically it was him being obstinate and not wanting to go back on anything he'd ever done, and explain himself, and then allowing him to continue to be that way, but also be a hero. And so you kind of well-crafted, streamlined .1 issue. People say that .1 issues are supposed to catch you up on the book in general, and I guess it did. It touched on a lot of the major points, where the X-Men are living, that they have a PR agent now, who the general X-Men are, and then kind of set the direction by redeeming Magneto and showing that, they're going to be protectors again, not refugees. But it was all about Magneto and all about making him awesome.
Great.
So I loved it. I love it, especially because Magneto and Xavier are two characters that I sometimes adore and sometimes detest. Mm-hmm. It's nice when someone brings it around the other way.
Speaking of adoring Professor Xavier, which doesn't seem to happen very often nowadays, Age of X. There's all kinds of Professor X love, because it's fun seeing Professor X kick ass and take names and yeah. So I think we need to give ourselves a high five, Web 5, for totally getting what was happening right. Like, well, rather you got it from somebody else, but still, we were totally right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, do your research, guys. People out there have a lot of good ideas. Listen to all the podcasts you can, and you will figure out the alternate universe mysteries. You don't need no Layla Miller.
Screw you. But yeah, so evidently this whole thing is not necessarily going on inside of Legion's head, but I guess this psychic antibody that has consumed all of Legion's sub-personas and has reality warping powers of some sort, kind of, I guess, like, took over Charles Xavier when he was kind of trying to fix things in Legion's mind, and this is all kind of this, like, alternate reality bubble that is happening with the X-Men. So, while that's cool and great, and, like, I mean, like, really well crafted in terms of, like, narrative and stuff, what didn't make sense to me, what came out the week before, in the Age of X universe. Because the idea that this is a pocket bubble universe that affects nothing else, then this book flies in the face of that.
Right? And they're gonna make another one.
The whole, I mean, I love that they made this because it's a really fascinating universe. But the whole point of Age of X is that, like, that this entire reality is very thinly constructed and doesn't make a lot of sense and doesn't have a backstory. And everyone's like, why the fuck am I here? I'm fighting because I'm reacting to stimulus. I'm fighting because I need to fight to survive. But like, but the whole thing about the reality is that when you take a closer look, it falls apart at the seams. So then why are we filling the fucking seams in?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, what they said was that Moira, the construct, couldn't concentrate on everything at once. So I am assuming that Age of X universe is the backstory that Moira has written, and that she just doesn't think about it all the time. But if she were to think about it,
but
that's good.
We've already established that they've never fought. Like, they haven't fought any of the other superpowered.
And they're not going to.
They're not going to. So, like,
yeah.
This is all.
I mean, maybe there's one more issue left.
Maybe. But I will have to say that while I don't like all the characters that have been reinterpreted in Age of X universe with, like, the Avengers, I'm a big fan that Ghost Rider gets the axe because I fucking hate Ghost Rider. And B, I just I'm a big fan of Sue Storm, and I love that even in this alternate universe where everyone's morals go to shit, Sue still has a strong moral core, which I think is awesome. Because evidently Jessica Drew is, like, killing people left and right. She's like, I'm gonna cut a bitch because I'm Jessica Drew. So yeah.
I really like the Iron Man character, mostly because I hate Iron Man.
Yeah.
And he was an evil psychotic villain, which is how I think he should stay. And Sue Storm was fine, but I guess I just didn't find the development of the characters to be very interesting. Like, oh, the Hulk is very upset because he's a bigot.
Yeah. Yeah, so none of the reimaginings were particularly like groundbreaking.
And, like, Sue Storm wasn't really reimagined.
No,
like,
she wasn't. She was pretty much exactly the same. She was Sue Storm.
And, like, I love Sue Storm, but, like, this is a whole other universe. You could make whatever you want.
Yeah. So it's clear that Carrie did not have his hand, or maybe he did, but it's not very evident that he had his hand in Age of X universe. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, Mike Carey redeeming, Xavier as a character and making him someone that I'm interested in reading about. Like, I'm sure he could have taken Sue Storm and changed her not at all and made it super awesome.
Yeah.
And made Bigot Hulk the best, green meanie that's come along in a decade.
And I just have to say that
Mike Carey,
just
I will sing your praises. I'll vote you in for president of my heart.
I will have to say, just from a artistic standpoint, I really have to give props to the artist. I guess Man, I don't know who it is, but he or she or whatever Z. Has done, I mean, like I've seen a lot of panels of like psychic warfare, and this is probably one of the best ones I've seen. So bravo. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you're a good writer, you get a good artist.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's awesome.
Evidently, Gail Simone doesn't have that, but yeah.
Did you see that comment on one of our earlier posts? Yeah, I'm very excited for that artist. That guy's good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I think that's all we have to talk about at the X-Men. So we're gonna kind of do a repeat of what we did last year, and so stay tuned. Last week. Sorry, last month or last episode. And so we're gonna kind of record a few more episodes throughout this week, and we'll be releasing them later. Oh, and also I forgot to mention this earlier. Anthony, his webcam got destroyed or broke or set, so we have a new webcam, and we're still testing out the new functions, and there have been some technical difficulties, so we apologize in advance. Or in post, or whatever. Okay. Done. Bye.